How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be continuing my Sharks of Summer series. Sharks of Summer is a series I do around here where once a week, at least once during the summer, I take a look at a shark movie. And today we're going to be doing my third shark movie DVD and Blu-ray haul. Yeah, that's pretty crazy, but basically I cover so many shark movies that I keep buying them, and even though I've done 2 previous DVD hauls, both of which were fairly big hauls, I got 20 more movies to show you guys, and you guys seem to like the last 2, so here we go with part 3, 20 movies, some Blu-rays, some DVDs, a whole lot of Asylum movies this time around because the Asylum makes a lot, and of course a few movies I'm surprised weren't in the past 2 hauls. To be honest, Sharks of Summer's been going on for so long, it's getting to be a bit of a logistical nightmare. I had to make this chart of all the shark movies I have, which ones I've covered, and which collection video they're in. But I think these are all the ones that I have on physical that I haven't showed you guys. So without further ado, let's switch to the close-up camera. Alright, here we are inside the castle taking a closer look at my shark movie collection. We're going to be looking at mainly DVDs, but there are some Blu-rays in here. But I'm going to try to start off with the bigger ones. And right off the bat, I do have this anniversary collector's edition of Jaws. I will admit this was kind of unnecessary for me to buy. I had the Blu-ray DVD combo pack of Jaws, but basically I saw this in the clearance bin for $2, and it's got this really nice foil on the cover, and I just said, what the heck, why not? There's the spine, and there's the back. I really love this image of the 3 main characters on the back. And if we look at the bonus features, it does have the Get Out of the Water Shark Trivia game and something called Shark World. I'm not sure what those are, but I don't think they're on my Blu-ray. Crack it open and the disc is the same as the front. Anyway, after that we have another big one, and that is The Shallows with Blake Lively. I've not seen this one yet, but everyone says it's really good. We get the certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes and a bunch of quotes in the water, and from what I gather, she winds up on shallow shores with this shark hunting her. Again, everyone says it's good. I don't know, it just never really seemed to click with me, but I'll get to watch it. This will probably be the finale for Sharks of Summer this year because I want to end on a high note. Flip it to the back, we get to see her on a buoy there, and the disc is one of those shiny discs. After that, I do have a couple of Blu-rays. I picked up the sequel to 47 Meters Down, 47 Meters Down Uncaged, and the original 47 Meters Down was a low-budget, serious movie, and this is big, over the top, and cheesy. So a lot of the fans of the first movie didn't really like this one, but if you can separate it, I did love the big over-the-top cheesy nature. They're fighting a bunch of sharks inside of an underwater pyramid. I mean, that's crazy. You gotta love that. And there's some big over-the-top moments. Just definitely, though, remember to take this as more of a popcorn movie. Cracking it open, we do have the DVD and the Blu-ray here. After that, my other Blu-ray, a really modern film, The Requin, and this has a couple, Alicia Silverstone and James Tupper, who are on the spine there, and basically they're in a beachside cabana that gets hit by a storm and the whole house winds up in the ocean where a shark is going to attack them. And overall, like, that's kind of a silly concept, but the movie plays it super seriously, and you would hope that there would be more survival elements, like how do you survive in a house in the water. Sadly, though, it's a lot of crying and emotional stuff, and it doesn't really play off what could be its cool concept, so came out a little flat. Under the slipcover is the same as the front, and there we have the blue disc. After that, we move into some other movies. This is Dolph Lundgren in Shark Lake. Basically, Dolph Lundgren went to prison because he's an animal smuggler, and when he gets out, it just so happens a shark that he accidentally let out when he went to prison is now mature and going to be eating people. You get him, and you get this sheriff who's adopted his daughter, and there's a bit of tension there. Overall, it was not the best thing ever. I really wish that they played up the shark, but it it tries to be serious and like a drama, and then the shark movie bits feel like their own other movie, so whatever. But the girl that plays the cop, Sarah Malakul Lane, was also in Sharktopus, a much goofier shark movie. And the disc is the same as the front. After that, we have another big new one. This one's called The Black Demon, and it's about an oil rig and a real Mexican legend about a giant sort of supernatural shark. This one also suffers from playing it too serious when the goofiest bits are the funnest bits, and there's not near enough people on this oil rig to kill off, so you don't really get as much shark action as you could. It's not the best. I will say though, this is made by BuzzFeed Studios, which I thought was a little weird and random for them to make a shark movie, but whatever. Crack it open and we get a nice gray disc there. After that, we have one that's a little bit of a cult classic, and that is Shark Hunter with Antonio Sabato Jr. And you really gotta like the cover of the Megalodon with the divers and stuff. And there's our lead on the spine. It looks like we've got some wear and tear over the years. I bought this used. But it talks about how there's this guy, he's going on this like underwater research station, and they're looking for the Megalodon, and of course it's going to absolutely tear into this research station. And we get some fun action sequences. I remember this being done pretty well. And there's the disc, a shiny version of the front cover. After that, move into Shark Huntress. This movie, super low budget. I put it right after Shark Hunter because, you know, this Shark Hunter was before these things became super factory. Shark Huntress is right after. And to put in perspective, here's another film made by the same people that made Shark Huntress. Look at how almost similar those front covers are. But yeah, this is something about evil corporation trying to hide the secrets to bioplastic, and for some reason there's a shark there. I barely remember this movie. But one thing I can tell you is I don't think the Shark Huntress actually kills any sharks in this movie, so much for that title, right? Undercover same as the front, and disc the same as the front as well. After that, we move on to Red Water, and this is a movie where some people are on like I think it's another water oil research base thing, but they're in a lagoon, and apparently there's like a treasure or something underwater, and Coolio is in a gang and he's going to try to get it. It really is a low-budget movie, but it is an interesting enough concept, scientists versus gangsters on this raft, and there's a shark just eating everybody. Not great, pretty low budget, but a little unique and fun. And there's the disc. After that, we get a movie called Raging Sharks, and this is another underwater research-based one. It's something like there's a pulse or some sound or something underwater. It's making all the sharks go crazy. Yeah, the underwater research-based ones start to run together in my head, but I think there's a good bit of action in here. Fun enough, but not super memorable. And there's the disc, and someone's wrote a number on it. After that, this one's pretty fun. This movie's called Damn Sharks, and in addition to that being a pun, the movie does have a good bit of humor behind it. You get these people on a corporate retreat, and of course you get some corporate America humor there, and the humor does tend to go pretty much the whole time. But why this movie's called Damn Sharks is because the sharks are killing people and literally building a dam out of them. That's pretty wacky. There are some flaws in this, some moments that don't work, but it was a fun enough little movie that I think it was one of the better ones I've stumbled across. And we get a shiny disc as well. After that, we have a Roger Corman Presents movie. This one's called Dino Shark. We had previously seen Sharktopus with this same like comic booky thing up top, but this time around we have a half shark, half dinosaur. Flip it to the back and it talks about how this shark recently got de-thawed from the ice and a bunch of people have to fight it. And we get some Corman, stereotypes there. I think it says something like sexy scientist, and I think there's like cheerleaders or something in here. Oh yeah, bikini babes, that's what they say. And there's the shiny disc. Yeah, hoping for a good dumb time with this one. And then we have Bigfoot vs. Megalodon. And I've not watched this one yet, but it looks pretty awful. I think, if I'm getting this right, there's a whole bunch of these Bigfoot movies that are like weird CGI cartoons and they don't make much sense. I found it for cheap and I do need to boost my shark movies. Not really looking forward to this one, but they did make a sequel, so I guess enough people watched it. Flip it to the back and this plot makes absolutely no sense. It's like 2,000 years in the future. There's warring humans and a barren planet Earth, and the shark comes back, but he's partially human or something, and he's fighting Bigfoot. And it talks about, like, Van Helsing is in here as well for some reason. If you guys want to pause and read this plot, it's weird. And there's the disc, same as the front. After that, I bring this up kind of as an honorary thing or something, I don't know. We have Amityville Island. I was super excited to pick this up. I found it had a coupon on Amazon, and I was like, I cover a bunch of Amityville movies, I cover a bunch of shark movies, let's get one where they both come together, right? Well, this is a lie. The movie, it's like the Amityville evil is in this girl who goes to prison for the evil's crimes, and they go to an island where they're experimenting to try to grow super soldiers in them, and the Amityville evil only gets in the shark for like one scene. So there's like a minute of a shark movie in here. So I hate the lie in this one, but I figured I'd bring it up. Why not? Flip it to the back and we get some shots from the movie. Yeah, note how there's no shark in these shots. And there's the disc, same as the front. Yeah, this one was super underwhelming. Alright, after that, let's move into the Asylum movies. And first off, we have 5 and 6-headed Shark Attack. Now, 5-headed Shark Attack was not put out in the States for the longest time. And it wasn't a great movie, but I still wanted to collect them all, you know, the way I am. But they didn't have physical media until this Jaws of Terror 3-pack came out, and I was able to get 5-headed Shark Attack and the Planet of the Sharks series all at once. 5-headed Shark Attack, probably the weakest of the multi-headed Shark Attack movies. Something about, like, college students being forced to hunt the shark or something. It's a little bit lazy. The Planet and Empire of the Shark movies is more of a Waterworld spoof than a Planet of the Apes spoof, so that was a little disappointing. But people are living on raft cities, there are warlords there, and there's sharks in the water as well. Again, it's low-budget Asylum, so it doesn't live up to its potential, but interesting enough, and Empire of the Sharks is a little better. Flip it to the back and it's a bunch of information. And we get to see that all 3 movies are crammed onto one disc, so not the best, but at least I get to finally have 5-headed Shark Attack. After that, we get 6-headed Shark Attack, and this is a little better. The island the sharks are attacking is like a marriage counselor island, so we get a bunch of fighting couples, and there's a little bit of an attempt at humor in here. Again, not super impressive being a low-budget Asylum movie, but it is a little bit of a step up from Part 5, and a little bit bigger of a finale. There they are on the back, fighting the shark and stuff, and there's the disc. Now, I will say, for the ones that are in a series, I do have series DVD collection videos, so if you want to see me talk about the multi-headed Shark Attack series, at the end of the video there'll be my shark playlist and you can find the series videos there. Another series, the Mega Shark series, this is the last one I needed from that, and that was Mega Shark versus Kolossus. A lot of people say Kolossus here was probably a 3D model they made for a Attack on Titan mockbuster, and that certainly is possible with the Asylum. But in this movie, he's an old Soviet-era robot that the Mega Shark has to fight. And in this series, the Mega Shark, or a Megalodon, always has to fight a different creature, and Kolossus was okay. None of the movies are super impressive, but, you know, it's fun enough to see 2 CGI creatures battling each other. And there's the disc with this half blacked out. It's cool. After that, let's move into one of the Asylum's worst series, and that is Megalodon The Frenzy. This is the third and so far final Megalodon film, and all these Megalodon films are pretty bad. This one is slightly better than the others, but I only mean slightly. The other two were people talking on a battleship. Here we break that up a little bit with a team of scientists talking, and also a little tiny bit of a beach scene in here as well, which is really played up and exaggerated on the back. And we get Stretch from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 in here as well. It's not great. The Megalodon franchise is clearly the Asylum's worst. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just the Meg keeping this series alive. Under is the same as over. And there's the disc. After that, we get two standalone films from the Asylum. The first is called Swim, with Joey Lawrence in it, and this was a bit of a parody on Crawl. Crawl was about an alligator, and this one is called Swim, and it's about a shark in a house where the water rises floor to floor. And yeah, if you look on the back, there's a really cool rendition of what that could look like. Trust me, the CGI is not anywhere near this level in the actual movie. It's a fun enough, goofy little movie. Overall, nothing special, but the water's rising in a house and the shark is coming to get us. Not the best, but whatever. I think this was actually made for Tubi. The Asylum would do 3 Tubi originals, and they might be doing more, I don't know. But this was the only one so far that came out on physical media. Under is the same as the over. And there's the disc. We have just one more left, and that is Shark Waters, with this, cool cover of her on the sinking boat with the shark. Flip it to the back, it talks about how there's this fishing trip, and things go wrong, and the boat starts to sink, and people start to die. I don't remember much about this one. It was kind of forgettable. It's kind of funny because one of the ones the Asylum did on Tubi was Shark Season. Yeah, Shark Waters and Shark Season, I think they might have even both starred the same girl, but they were both the Asylum trying to be serious, and in turn they were both kind of forgettable, but one was the fishing boat one, and one was like the photographer one, I think. It's kind of hard to remember. But yeah, the Asylum definitely needed to be funnier. That's where it's more memorable. But anyway, that's 20 movies right there. That's quite a lot. Yeah, so third collection of shark movies. Lots of cool stuff. A few of the bigger titles and a few ones like Damn Sharks or Shark Hunter that are a bit of, fun cult classics. If you guys want to see my reviews for a lot of them, I don't have them all covered, but I'm going to leave a relevant playlist on the bottom where you should be able to find a lot of them, as well as the first 2 parts in this series. Anyway, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You really are helping the channel out. I'll leave a relevant playlist on the bottom. Have a good day now.